What's up, guys? Welcome to CL Soccer Fit. We're going to get into interval training. With interval training, you have a high intensity pace, then you have a short rest, then you go back into that high intensity pace, and you're going to repeat that cycle. So now, what drill are we going to start off with first? The 4-cone drill. The 4-cone drill is sprinting forward, sprinting backwards, and sprinting forward in a longer distance. When we get a couple jogs in, and we do it over and over again. The 4-cone drill can also be used for back pedals, for side shuffles, things like that, right? Change it up. You can also incorporate a ball with it. So it's not just a sprint forward, sprint backward type drill. It has multiple dimensions, and you can use it in many different ways to make yourself better. So let's do that right now. The 4-cone drill has 4 cones set 5 yards apart from each other, and what you're going to do is sprint to the first cone, then sprint back. Then sprint to the last cone. Then from there you're going to jog back, then jog to the other side. As soon as you get to the other side, you're going to sprint to the nearest cone, then sprint back, then you're going to sprint to the farthest cone. And as you repeat this cycle, right, you have recovery time, you have high intensity. This is a great exercise. Make sure you take your time on the jogs. You should do this for a beginner, maybe for 2.5 minutes. Once you get more advanced, maybe push up, bump up to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, things like that. Now, onto the side shuffle. Without clicking your heels, you're going to shuffle your feet to the first cone and back, then sprint forward all the way to the last cone. Jog back to the first cone, then back to the last cone, and then you're going to repeat that cycle again. Make sure you face the same way. This is super important. That way we work going both directions. Now let's move on to back pedals. It's very important to keep your body low, your chest up, your knees bent, and you're pumping your arms. Then you're going to burst into a sprint forward. Then you're going to do the same thing, back pedal. Now when you turn, it's very important to turn your head first. The rest of your body will follow, and then you drive your legs to the ground. You're going to follow the same pattern. Go backwards to the first cone, then go back to the start cone, and then after, you're going to sprint to the farthest cone, then jog twice. Now a couple key things when you're doing your back pedal, right? You're making sure you stay low. The turn is very important. So when you're doing your turn, make sure you're not only turning to your left or only turning to your right. You got to make sure that you turn in both directions. So going one way you turn to the left, going the other way you turn right. A rule of thumb is just always turn towards the middle. Now on to the 2-step shuffle. So this simulates defending, right? You're shuffling with the player, opening up your hips, forcing one way. Then you're going to sprint forward, do the same thing again. And as you turn, like I said over and over and over again, it's super important that you turn your head first. The rest of your body will follow. You're going to repeat that jog twice process. Then after that, you're going to do the same thing again on the opposite side. Make sure you always turn both sides. Treat the 2-step shuffle like you're actually defending, like you're staring at a ball in front of you, and then you've either poked it away, and that's what your sprint forward replicates. Then 2-step shuffle back again. Now the player turns and takes off. That's what you're replicating. That's what this movement does. Right, that's the 4-cone drill. Super easy to set up, don't really need much, and it's very easy to do. So try out these 4 variations. Let me know if you come up with any on your own. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys.